Welcome to Rassle Rock with Rick Connor,
Fat and talentless!
Matt Flowers,
Give me what I want!
Mark Hallbacher,
Is that okay, 2019?
and Cory Castle.
Tell everybody that you love them. So enjoy your life. You're such a hippie.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Rassle Rock. I'm Rick Connor.
I'm Cory Castle.
Tonight is NXT Takeover Portland.
It's tonight.
Tonight. It's happening tonight. Major award.
Yeah. You four flushing.
Oh, man. So I'm excited for this card.
Hot damn, it's tonight.
Hot damn. Yeah, man. So what do you know the card so far? What's happening?
I was actually going to ask you to go over it and
Yeah.
we'd review, go predictions and what we'd like to see.
How much NXT are you watching these days? I mean, this week I know you were behind.
Clips.
You were watching clips?
For the most part, just clips. And I just follow the Twitter and just see the stuff that they post on. Other than that, I haven't really taken a whole lot of effort in putting attention into it. Not because I'm not a fan of it. It's just that I just don't think of it. There's so many other things.
Yeah, I'm the same way with AEW. I just don't watch it. The wrestling itself is good in AEW. I just don't care for the storylines, the characters, the presentation overall.
Yeah, I didn't know that they brought Jeff Cobb in the AEW.
Did they really?
Yeah, I didn't know that. I just saw that on.
Is he a baseball player? It's Ty Cobb. Sorry.
Yeah, his old retired baseball players in the inner circle now.
This guy might be dead. I don't even know.
I saw a tweet from Jericho that had Jeff Cobb in it, and I was like, oh, how about that?
How about that?
He's like a Samoan dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, tour the islands and such.
Gotcha.
He's pretty good. He was like Ring of Honor and stuff.
Well, all right. That's enough talk about AEW. I don't know anything
And
else
we've
about
done enough talking about AEW.
I don't know enough about it, man. I know that Brandy Rhodes they disbarred that whole what the hell was that thing called where they were just cutting people's hair? She was a heel. She had
Straight Edge Society?
No. What? No.
They were cutting people's hair.
They were cutting people's hair. Yes, but
You said what was the thing with people cutting people's hair?
with Brandy Rhodes with Awesome Kong was in it. Whatever that faction was called, where they were heels and they were cutting women's hair.
Okay.
But for no reason whatsoever. But you know, they got rid of that. She just went on the commentary and apologized. And then I guess because it wasn't working, they were just like, "Screw it, we're done with it."
Right. Cut our
Which in a way is good, but
Yeah.
I mean, don't just have a heel apologize and okay, I'm a face now.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I mean, come
people are
on.
applauding it for that. It's like, oh yeah, the WWE doesn't do that. WWE doesn't just drop storylines and switch people from face to heel for no reason. I'm like, wait a minute, yeah, they do. People change from face to heel all the time.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know. I guess they were crapping all over WWE for keeping storylines going, even though they're not getting over.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Just to switch somebody from a face to a heel isn't really the way to do it. Or heel to a face. So I don't know. I think they're both wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think there is a wrong or right. It's really just it is what it's bad.
It's just good or bad. And this is bad for both of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Exactly.
WWE and AEW aren't doing a very good job. But for some things they very much are.
Right.
So yeah, NXT Takeover, man. I'm enjoying the build up and the all the matches that are coming on the card. Last week's NXT was really, really good. With the return of Velveteen Dream, which was awesome. We had a whole bunch of stuff happening.
He did a big old divey poo. Right?
A what?
A big old dive.
He did a dive.
Yeah. Big old divey poo.
Sure.
Let's just call him that every once in a while.
Alrighty.
He did a big old dive off of something.
Yes, he did.
That's all I saw.
All right. So, all right, let's just go over the card and we'll see what you think.
Okay.
All right. Top of the card, we got Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. Do you think Charlotte Flair shows up here, man? There was a big promo that happened with Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and then Bianca Belair was already in the ring, and she was like, Charlotte, you don't even go here. What are you doing?
Right.
which cracked me up. It's
Yeah.
like, it's school. Like, she's in from another high school. You don't even go here. What are you doing here? It was an odd promo. It didn't, to me, it didn't really flow very well, but they both dropped Charlotte Flair, so it's looking like we're leading up to a match between Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania.
Right.
We're not there yet, and Charlotte Flair is still hasn't accepted the challenge or whatever, which is weird. Cause
She started it.
Yeah.
She started it.
Well, Rhea Ripley started it. She showed up on Raw.
Right. It's weird. She was like, oh, I have this love for... It was confusing. Mm-hmm. She's like, I have this love for NXT. The Queen's got love for NXT. Mm-hmm. Blah, 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 blah. Rhea Ripley comes out. Like, it was like, you missed your cue. I was supposed to say your name, then you were supposed to come out.
Right,
like,
right.
It seemed like there was something... like off timed there.
Well, I mean, that promo to me made sense because it was, Charlotte Flair was saying, "Oh, I beat, Bayley. I beat her up, and then you got the Raw Women's Championship with Becky. I beat her up.
Mm-hmm.
I pretty much beat everybody, and I held every belt. So I don't know. It's going to be a weird decision." And then Rhea Ripley comes out
and says, "You never beat me.
You never beat me." So that part of me, to me, made sense.
It did make sense on that part, but it was like
right.
It seemed like she was going to get there, like in the progression of where she was going in her conversation, or her promo. Her promo.
So yeah, we got that for the NXT Women's Championship. I mean, I think it's pretty much a foregone conclusion. Rhea Ripley's going to beat Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
Unless they pull a swerve and they make it like a triple threat match at WrestleMania.
I mean,
for the NXT
not
title?
Unlikely. Not the least likeliest of things, considering they've done a triple threat for the main event of WrestleMania. I mean, for the women, they've done a triple threat last year. And did they do one the year before that too?
They might have. I don't remember.
Yeah, me either.
Wrestling comes and goes for me. I just kind of live in the moment for it.
There's too many first-time evers. Too many first-time evers.
There's so much wrestling happening these days that it's impossible to remember it all.
Right.
Let alone watch it all. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah,
There's just so much going on. Another match we got going on that I'm looking forward to is Finn Balor and Johnny Gargano.
That's going to be hot.
That's going to be a hot match.
Yeah.
I have nothing to say about that. What do you think?
It'd be interesting to see if they who needs it more. Mm-hmm. Like if Finn Balor beats Gargano, it's like, all right, well, maybe Gargano doesn't mean as much. And if Balor gets beat by Gargano, it's like, well, it's like, what's Balor's worth now?
Well, I mean, to me, it's...
that sort of dynamic, but I don't know for sure if that's it. It's just going to be either way. It's going to be a great match. That I've never even imagined it, and now it's something that would be fun to think about.
Yeah,
leading up to tonight when it happens.
Right. To me, they're both in the same spot, like if on the card, I guess, or like on the whatever rankings or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it feels like whoever wins this match is getting elevated at least another step up. Maybe not to main event status, but at least another step up. Right now, they're both kind of right here. They're kind of right in the middle.
Right.
And I don't think it's a step down. If either one of them loses, I think it's whoever wins is a step up. Whoever loses remains stagnant.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But it could start depending on however it goes. It could start a rivalry.
It could.
Yeah. So it could be the beginning of a rivalry.
Yeah.
Depending on how it ends and how it deteriorates inside the matchup.
Right. Usually doesn't happen in NXT.
Do you mention it on?
Turn the fan on?
The light.
The light? If you want, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. There we go. So for those of you who are having trouble seeing at home watching on YouTube, now you can see a little bit better. Yeah, so it usually doesn't happen in WWE or in NXT, I should say. In WWE, it happens all the time. You see guys just fight forever. there'll be an ongoing feud that should have ended months ago.
Right.
I.e. Baron Corbin and Roman Reigns.
Right.
NXT usually doesn't happen too often with just match after match after match.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you got something like Gargano and Ciampa, something like that will have 2 matches and then a rubber match or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We got a tag match, titles on the line, the Undisputed Era versus the Broserweights.
No.
What do you think of the Broserweights?
I think...
Just say meow.
No.
Meow?
Now, I think they're probably going to beat the Undisputed Era, so the Undisputed Era can move up to the main roster, which, I mean, good for them and stuff, but, I don't know. I like the team of the Undisputed Era better, and I think they should win.
Yeah.
And, take the titles up to the main roster with them. That'd be interesting.
I would hate that because
right. Well,
main roster stuff, some Raw and SmackDown tag titles are
garbage.
They might as well just be vacant.
They're just toys.
Right.
It's weird because they did it with the Street Profits too. They had and those were the tag team champions. Now they're just throwaway Gaga on Raw. And I don't care if the Undisputed Era go up, but I mean, if they do, I hope they don't get ruined like so many other teams before.
Yeah. I mean, on Raw they're doing great now with Seth Rollins' crew. If they put the Undisputed Era on SmackDown to kind of have a parallel,
right?
When you got a heel faction on each show, that would be cool. But you have to give them good storylines and make them relevant.
Well, the exception has been many, many times inside of this the NXT call-ups, if you will. Adam Cole has been the exception to all of that. So, why would the Undisputed Era be any different?
Meaning what?
Being handled poorly, like the Street Profits, or being handled poorly, like...
Well, I mean, you had a lot of call-ups that did well, like Kevin Owens or others, probably.
Or others, probably. Finn Balor. But he roller coastered back down.
Right. So, they were handling Finn Balor poorly.
Right.
Samoa Joe. It all depends on how you look at it. Shinsuke Nakamura was kind of stagnant there for a while. They made him IC champion. It still didn't matter.
Right. And then they changed the title belt, and it looked stupid. I didn't like it.
I don't think it looked stupid.
It just looked like it was a different belt that wasn't. They didn't
It doesn't look like an Intercontinental title.
No, it doesn't.
It's the only title that looks like that too. It's weird that everything else has the big giant W on it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everything else does, with the exception of the United States title. You know what I mean? And the tag titles, which I can't even remember what they look like.
There's right Spartan helmets.
Something like that, yeah. Are they still the Spartan helmets?
I don't know.
I think they changed them.
Are they something else now?
I don't know.
I
haven't seen them in so long. I don't remember the last time I've seen it. It just looks like a silver plate. But I don't know. It just doesn't
It's just a matter of time before they change the United States Championship to something stupid like that, too. So... let's just hold our breath and wait for that.
Well, the U.S. title's been like that for a while, right?
Yeah, since Cena had it.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe they're just going to keep it that way, or maybe they'll change it altogether. I don't know. I thought that the Intercontinental title was the only one that didn't need to change. I said that before. It's a gold belt now. It looks a little bit closer to what it looked like originally. Back in the Pat Patterson days?
Yeah.
A little bit. Not an exact replica, but it looks similar to that now, I think. But we'll see what happens, man. We got the NXT title on the line. NXT Championship, Adam Cole and Tommaso Ciampa. Yeah, this is going to be just a brutal brutal beatdown fest, or whatever you want to call it. This is going to be insane.
Yeah, It's that's the main event of the show.
That's the main event. Yeah, we still got 2 more matches to talk about, but yeah.
Okay, that's that's gonna be everything everybody's talking about tomorrow, right? Like everybody. The only thing anyone's going to be not the only thing anybody's going to be talking about, but the main thing people are going to be talking about is Tommaso Ciampa and Adam Cole, probably.
Yeah, I mean, there's, I don't know. I think the whole card looks pretty stacked. I mean, we got Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox, which I'm not really.
You're not invested.
No, the storyline just kind of.
Yeah, I've been hearing you say that. You're just like, I don't.
I want to like Dakota Kai. I want to like Tegan Nox. I want to like. Who's the girl? The other, her sister, her cousin, or whatever the hell they're related to Tegan Nox. Candice LeRae.
That's not her sister, is it?
Maybe like storyline sister or something like that. I thought maybe they just said sister, like a brotherhood, but sisterhood type of thing.
Sure.
Maybe, I don't know. She's like, you're not gonna beat up my sister like that. And I went, what? When did that happen? That's the first time I heard it. But
y'all are sisters, though?
maybe I just heard it wrong. I don't know. Whatever.
Candice LeRae is Johnny Gargano's
wife. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, there was that whole storyline that'd been, going back and forth, and
right.
Dakota Kai, beat her up this week, and Tegan Nox jumped the rail and came out from the back or something. Something happened. I don't know. I don't care.
Well, it goes back to
don't care.
Came back to the War Games.
Yeah,
like that.
Back in Survivor Series. Yeah.
The build at War Games was cool.
Yeah. Well,
I think
you're talking about the initial heel turn,
right?
Yeah.
I think at War Games that whole the attacking her in the cage and all that neat. Mm-hmm. But I think after that, I felt like they had nothing. The you want us to care about it, strike then. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's been a little bit too long. They've waited it out, and it's not really something anyone's really looking forward to anymore.
No, just my personal opinion. And then, of course, we got Keith Lee versus Dominik Dijakovic.
Oh, that happened. That match has happened so many times.
It's happened a few times, yeah. Now it's for the North American Championship.
Okay. I still feel like that match has happened too many times.
I don't think too many times. Honestly, I could watch that match all.
They do good things. They do really good things.
Bad match at all. Each match has been amazing. So
it's like Sheamus and Cesaro all over again.
Kinda, but better. Nothing against Sheamus or Cesaro. I think Cesaro is probably the best wrestler that they're sleeping on. But
they need to wake up.
They need to wake him up. On that show I watch on YouTube, What Culture Wrestling does that ups and downs every week. They have a Cesaro meter. Of it's at 0, and every time Cesaro wins, they give it a point, and it's been at 0 for like a year ish, and it's just there. It's like, oh, Cesaro had a match again. That meter's not moving, It's just sitting there. So it's like they have a great wrestler in Cesaro that they're just sleeping on. But this match, Keith Lee and Dijakovic, I could watch over and over and over again. They surprise me every. It's like, oh, we're going to see the same thing. No, we're not. We're going to see something different. So I'm loving it. I'm having a good time with it. I think, top to bottom, man. What match are you looking forward to the most? You think?
Ciampa and Cole.
Ciampa and Cole.
Yeah.
Adam Cole is. he's just got that personality. That
second to that is the
Gargano
Balor and Gargano. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But
Janet wrestling.
Those two matches are probably the ones that I'm most looking forward to. Mm-hmm. And man, I'm gonna watch them because I have the internet again.
Cory's internet went down for a while. He hasn't watched wrestling this week. I don't know what your excuse is for the last couple of weeks, but this week you had a good excuse.
A good excuse this week. I was sick, and I didn't have the internet. I was sick in my bed for 3 days.
Yeah. Hooray for winter.
Yeah.
Pee in beds all over the place all through the season.
All through the season.
At Cory Castle, if you want to understand what we're talking about. I'm looking forward to pretty much every match on the card, man. The tag match is going to be nuts. The women's match is going to be nuts. Not I'm talking about the championship match. Mm-hmm. Every match pretty much is going to go crazy. What I don't see on here is Velveteen Dream and Roderick Strong. I don't know if they're not having a match or if they just didn't post it to Wikipedia. It looked like that they were setting up to have that. Dream returned 2 weeks ago. Why is there not a match on the card?
Well, it's weird because like it seems like they go out of order with like announcing things. Like they showed a graphic on Raw this week that was like it showed like Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens, and the War Raiders against
whatever they're called,
Warlords, whatever they're called. I don't even know. Against the Messiah people or whatever. Seth Rollins.
It's the best wrestling podcast in the world, guys.
The Messiah people.
It's all right. I don't know anybody's name either. Don't worry about it.
Buddy Murphy.
That's just Murphy now.
Murphy. All right.
Drop that Buddy. He's a heel now. You can't call him Buddy.
Hey, Murph.
He's not your buddy, guy.
Murph.
Yo, Murph.
Marsh the Dush. Murph the Smurf. But they had the thing, whatever the graphics showed, it was like, and then it had everybody on it and Samoa Joe. And then they like set up, like Kevin Owens came out and had a promo with the four of them in the ring. And he was like, yeah, you and who else? Like,
and then Joe came down?
And like, then the War Raiders came out, and then Joe came. I'm like, but they just had that on the graphic, so we saw that happened.
Yeah.
Like, so it's weird. It's like the same thing with the Velveteen and Roderick thing. It's probably going to be something similar where they didn't really reveal exactly what they were going to do because somebody dropped the ball.
Somebody dropped the ball. They dropped the ball a lot, man. It was on, I don't know if it was on WWE.com or Twitter or something, where they accidentally released the main event for Elimination Chamber, which is happening next month.
What did they say?
The six guys that are in the chamber, I don't remember who. It was like Roman Reigns, Baron Corbin, Bobby Roode for some reason. Who else?
Well, some of that can just be real tentative. You know what I mean? It could be something like.
Yeah, but they were talking about something else, like the whatever, the graphic, the text underneath it was talking about not the Elimination Chamber. It was talking about something completely different, and it was just a picture of that match card.
Whoops.
Yeah. So somebody dropped the ball there as well. The other card that's happening 2 weeks from now, we got the Super Showdown.
Yeah.
That's happening.
Yeah.
You heard anything about that yet?
Yeah, dude. It was Brock Lesnar
Ricochet
is defending against Ricochet.
Yeah.
And that's going to be something to see.
I really want to see that match.
Yeah. I mean, Brock's probably going to put his working boots on for that match.
Do you think it's just going to be nut shots back and forth? That's
Maybe.
The only way you can beat Brock Lesnar is with a couple nut shots?
Yeah. Big old shot in the ball bag.
WWE's first ever dick kick match.
Rochambeau. Rochambeau in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. I mean, why not? And we got Goldberg coming back as well.
Yeah, The Fiend
versus The Fiend.
versus Goldberg. The build for that has been just not overwhelming, not underwhelming, just whelming.
You're just whelmed.
I'm just whelmed at the build.
I'm enjoying it. I liked Hogan on SmackDown this week.
Uh-huh.
It was nice that they did like a live via satellite thing, talking about the Hall of Fame. It just looked like a plug for the Hall of Fame, and then in comes NWO Wyatt. I like the little, he comes in with the following advertisement.
Yeah, that's funny.
That was a cool thing. Strumming the belt like like Hogan used to. That was cool. And
it's funny, like the way like Hogan was sitting in this store with all the NWO hoodies and stuff behind him. It reminded me of like those old like Doc Hendricks WWE WWF shop zone commercials. Hey everybody, get on the line. Handsome Doc here.
Yeah.
Am I doing a pretty decent Michael Hayes impression?
I knew who you were. I'm the worst person in a crowd at a comedian that's doing impressions.
Hey, you're doing good. Hey, good job.
I knew who you were just then.
I knew what you were doing.
That was fine. I wasn't laughing, but it was good.
Instead of a heckle, I'll give you a heck of a job. That's
heck of a job, buddy.
Heck of a job.
What else is happening on that card? I don't think anything has been officially announced yet. Although, they're saying Undertaker's on his way back.
Mm.
I don't know if it's going to be Saudi Arabia or not. They're talking about Undertaker. Well, first, everyone wants Undertaker and Sting, which I don't think is going to happen ever.
No.
But, gosh, what was it? It was Undertaker and AJ Styles seems to be the rumor right now. That's going to happen at Mania.
I mean,
I don't know. What do you think of that?
Unnecessary?
Unnecessary?
I mean, cool. Right? Shrugs emoji? I
don't know. I'd be into it. If Taker can still go, yeah, why not?
I think that Taker can go with AJ. Mm-hmm. But then, I don't know. It's weird because, like, neither one of them need it. Neither one of them need that match at all.
I don't know. Styles is the man. He's always going to be the man. He's
Why waste him on a match with Taker when you can just have him beat Alberto Carrillo again?
Well, I don't want to see that.
No, me either. That's a match we've seen more times than we've seen Keith Lee versus Dijakovic.
Cena's on the way back as well.
Mm-hmm.
They're rumoring him possibly to go against Bray Wyatt. Which is odd for me because the rumor for a long time was going to be Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're talking about Roman Reigns and somebody else. Goldberg, I think?
But why?
I don't know.
They were
These are just rumors, by the way. I'm not, nothing's happened on television yet.
Right.
And it probably won't for, until at least after the Super Showdown.
Mm-hmm.
And we still have Elimination Chamber after that. So there's going to be a lot of build-up still left to be had.
Right.
Between all these pay-per-views.
Are they doing anything at the Super Showdown with Randy Orton and Edge?
I don't think so. Not that I know of. Let me look up and see if I can. Did you see the Orton on Raw this week with the whole Matt Hardy
thing? Yeah, that was the whole point of me wanting to show you the Free the Delete video.
Yeah. There's a Free the Delete series that's been on. Apparently, it's been on YouTube for a while.
Matt Hardy's YouTube channel.
Yeah,
Matt Hardy brand.
It's Matt Hardy brand putting it out himself. Interesting. I don't know if this is the whole because after what happened on Raw with Orton doing the concerto to Matt Hardy, they dragged him out of the ring. The next day, Hardy went on Twitter and just said goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
That was just like goodbye, and that was it.
Yeah.
So now everybody's assuming he's going to show up on AEW.
Yeah, they're saying he's going to lead the Dark Order.
The Dark Order, yeah,
and take the place of Evil Uno, which I mean, he should.
Something's got to happen with that.
Yeah.
Because if it's not Matt Hardy, nothing else makes sense, or nothing else is going to be good.
Make Dynamite watchable again.
Yes. Give me my red hat. So I don't know. We'll see what happens to that. I'm looking up the card. If there's a card so far for the Super Showdown, which is happening in at February 27th in Saudi Arabia. Oh, they have New Day and Miz and Morrison for the SmackDown Tag Titles.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a bit of a build-up for that.
Yeah.
Even though Miz and Morrison just lost to Bryan and Reigns on SmackDown. Just weird.
Yeah. Very weird.
Of all the times... There's so many schmaz finishes in WWE. Like they had Corbin do a run-in after the match and attack Reigns.
Right. They could have had him do a run-in during the match.
Right, and they could have saved everybody, but whatever. And they got Lesnar and Ricochet, Reigns and Corbin in a steel cage match because we haven't seen that match enough. Bray Wyatt and Goldberg.
But
AJ Styles.
a cage match.
A cage match.
Cage match. Corbin and dude, neither one of them are bad.
No,
they're both very good. So with that added gimmick to the match, it's gonna be cool. I mean, it'll be something worth seeing.
Yeah.
Sorry, after Wyatt and Goldberg, what did you say?
There's going to be a women's match, which is Bayley versus either Carmella or Naomi.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going to decide that, but that's going to be for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And then you have a gauntlet match for something called the Tuwaiq Trophy.
Tuwaiq?
Tuwaiq. I'm assuming I'm saying that correctly. If I'm not, I apologize. AJ Styles, Andrade, Bobby Lashley, Eric Rowan, R-Truth, and Rusev. Let me see if I can find out a little bit about Tuwaiq. It's a it's a place. That's all. I don't know. So I guess is this in Tuwaiq that this is happening? Is Tuwaiq a part of Saudi Arabia?
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Your guess is as good as mine, but that's happening.
My guess is always I don't know. Hey, you want to take a guess at this? Yeah, sure. I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure there's going to be more to it than that. You know, who's their boy in Saudi Arabia? The guy that only shows up on Saudi Arabia cards.
Oh man,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, he wrestled Cesaro at the last one.
Yeah,
oh,
I never remember his name. It's one name. It's not like a first and last name. It's just one guy. It's like Hazoo or something. It's like
Hazoo.
It's something close to that.
Man, I can't remember.
No, I forget.
Oh man,
I forget what his name is, but I'm sure he'll be there.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So there's all that, man. 2 cards ran down, half an hour. Boom. That's how we do things around here in Rassle Rock when one person hasn't seen wrestling in 2 weeks. So
have you heard anything about the XFL yet?
I've been hearing really good things. I haven't seen any of it because I don't watch football. Yeah, I don't care who's running it. But I've been hearing really good things. People are really enjoying it. I haven't really heard any negative comments about it either. So this might be an XFL that sticks around.
Mm-hmm.
How about you? You've been watching?
No, I've just been hearing people with feedback and people saying like that they're really big fans already of what's going on with it, and I mean that looks good for everybody involved, and I always just want to see, people making a living at their dreams, of course. So if all these people can make money off of football, and football was their only dream, and they thought the only game in town was the NFL. WWE is doing to the NFL what AEW is doing to WWE. Is that right?
I'd say so, yeah. One thing I did hear was that there's an instant replay thing that's going on that everyone's saying that the NFL should adapt.
Mansoor is the guy's name.
Mansoor. I was close.
Yeah,
Hazoo. So with the instant replay, they're saying that you can hear what the refs are saying as they're going over it. They're showing the footage. They're debating back and forth on plays and stuff like that. And it makes it more interesting to watch rather than, okay, we're just going to take a timeout and wait for the ref's decision.
Let them figure it out. You guys sit on your
You guys just hang out. We'll get you. Don't worry about it.
Get another hot dog.
Yeah.
Everything will be fine.
Somebody said something about the kickoff as well. The kickoffs are better. I don't know what they're doing.
I haven't watched it. I don't know, but I feel like it does run the risk of getting too gimmicky with the rule changes and things like that. But and the backstage stuff and whatever else. Excuse me. Whatever else, getting what the refs are saying and all that stuff, it runs a risk of getting too gimmicky. But I mean, I'm not a sports fan. I'm not a football fan, so I don't want to put my 2 cents in when I don't really know what I'm talking about, being uninformed.
Well, I do like, and again, I'm not a sports fan either, but It makes sense to me to have everybody mic'd. Let's have the coaches mic'd. Let's have the quarterbacks mic'd. Let's hear what they're talking about. Let's hear what they're doing, because it just, from an entertainment standpoint,
Right.
if I'm watching it at home,
What's a TV show too? Yeah.
yeah, I want to be. I want to be in on everything. I want to see everything. Like, how much more exciting is it than just watching? It's like, okay, they're in a huddle. Now you're listening to the announcer say, hey, they're in a huddle. What do you think they're talking about? Now they're debating back and forth on what do you think they're talking about and what play they should be calling and all this other stuff. Let's just hear it.
Right.
Let's just mic them and hear it.
Right.
But you know what I've seen? I've seen like regular NFL games where the coaches are on the sidelines and they've got like a book in front of their face trying to hide like plays.
What they're saying.
Now they're mic'd. Like, I'm assuming they're doing this so that the other team doesn't read their lips or like hear what they're doing.
Like there's like there's a whole aspect of like play stealing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I guess they do that in baseball a lot more
Yeah.
when it comes to like being able to read their signs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's so stupid. I mean, that's stupid, but it's like it's like a real obvious cheat to steal, to be like, hey, they don't know we're reading their signs.
I mean, I don't know. Win any way you can, I guess. You're not going to get paid that much if you lose. Is that how it works?
Yeah, right, right. You'll get paid.
I mean, they probably get paid a lot anyway.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know sports. Sports up, everybody.
Sports, man.
Let's sports up. Sports it up in here.
Thanks for the supports.
I got Zach Connor invited me to a game this weekend.
Oh, yeah?
He's going to see an XFL game.
The Guardians.
It was in DC.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know whatever DC's team is.
I don't know.
Maybe the Guardians.
No, the Guardians in New York.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what DC is.
I don't know who they were playing either, so it might have been the Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, oh, wait, I just read that's in D.C. I'm not driving 3 hours and sitting outside in 27-degree weather to watch a football game. Like, I haven't watched it on television yet, you know? So, thanks, Zach, for the offer, but no.
Thanks, Zach, but no thanks.
No thanks.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, getting back into wrestling.
Yes.
You heard about the Rock's daughter. Is
Yeah,
now
I saw
in the
her
NXT. She got signed to NXT
at the Performance Center.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw photos. Man, she's real makeup up. She just wears so much makeup.
Yeah,
it's like weird. Like it kind of freaks me out a little bit.
I noticed that she's not. Maybe she's just trying to make herself look different because she smiles. You can definitely see that's the Rock's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe she's trying to like look a little bit different. I don't know. Maybe she just had a lot of pictures to take, and she was just like, I have to look my best.
Okay.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. Who knows? She has to look easy breezy and beautiful. But I'm excited to see what she's like. I haven't seen her on the indies at all.
No, she's been a wrestler before.
Oh, she's just straight into NXT.
Yeah. She's received a tryout because of who her dad is, and that's why she's like the czar for the Oscars or Golden Globes or something, because of who her dad is. Like she's doing well for herself. And,
strictly building on who her dad is. Like, what has she done? And how old is she now? She's got to be at least 18.
She's probably 19.
19? Okay.
Something like that.
She had to have done some before this. Right?
In the ring? No, probably not.
Or anywhere? McDonald's?
Oh,
something?
no, probably not.
I don't know.
Probably not.
There's got to be something going on.
Maybe
I don't know,
she was
man.
like a PA or something. Maybe she like worked on film sets. I don't know.
Could be.
Maybe not.
But it's going to be interesting to see. She's a fourth generation superstar.
Mm-hmm.
It might be the first in WWE. Has anybody else come through fourth generation? I know in the Indies there've been fourth generation, but
do you?
I've heard. Dave Finlay.
I don't know that.
As Fit Finley's kid, and others before him. There's a grandfather and great grandfather. I'm assuming.
Did you hear about Teddy Hart
No.
Speaking of generations, he's what, third generation?
Third generation.
Yeah, he got arrested in Virginia
Yeah.
for like possession of drugs.
Thought he was clean now.
He had like
The hell?
steroids and I think acid or something.
That guy will never be in WWE ever. Ever. Like, he cannot keep his nose clean.
No.
Man, what the hell?
No.
Literally, he's like just cocaine face. He's looking like Pacino at the end of whatever that movie was. Scarface. Just a mound of cocaine in front of that guy at all times.
Yeah. So
damn, man,
that's unfortunate. I know the internet is kind of brutally beating his ass.
Well, they should be. How many times is this now? I mean, like, addiction sucks. Like, it's always going to suck, and it's really, really sad. But at some point, you have to just take the gloves off and be like, okay, enough. Like we were there for you for a while. We want you to get better, but you're doing this to yourself at this point,
right?
You know. Know what I'm saying?
I do. Yes.
It pisses me off. The guy has so much talent, and he's throwing it away. I hate it.
It's weird because like people were saying like you don't deserve to represent the Hart name and stuff like that. Like fans are saying stuff like that about, hey, stop using the name. I'm like, what's his name?
I know it's his name, but I mean, he's got a legacy behind him too. You know.
Right.
I don't know. Well, I'd be pissed off if I was the Harts.
Well, I don't think, and I don't know if anyone's like talked to them publicly about what their thoughts are on any of it.
I don't know.
I don't know who's left in the Hearts just besides Brett.
Who knows? I have no idea. Natalia,
Brett, Natty, TJ,
yeah,
Harry. I mean, I imagine he's probably more upset than anything. Well, like he had just quit. He had just quit MLW. He had to just ask for his release at MLW like in December, and just got it. And now this. It's like, what did you think you were going to get released and then like get signed somewhere else? Like, did you?
I don't know.
I don't know what was going on there, but
he should just leave wrestling. That's it. Hang him up. You're done.
Well, he's in jail.
Yeah, that's a good time to quit.
So, you know, he's, it's funny because like he had been like kind of gaining a following on YouTube, on his YouTube channel with Maria Manic. Like all their adventures and weird idiosyncratic things that they shared together. Were you watching some of that? No. Okay. Well, it was bizarre, and I guess she'll continue doing that.
Like what? What is it? What are they doing? Just traveling?
Like,
is it like a ride along type of video? Or?
Sometimes it was like that. Sometimes it was like I watched the one where it was like he was in his car. He decks everything out and bedazzles everything.
Okay,
it's weird and like
if that's what you're gonna do, fine.
And he was like addressing some allegations made against him. And I was like, oh God, that's bad. It was like, he's like, you're always after me and it's not going to happen. He's like, whatever it was just like, I lost interest really quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not huge into like people's like drama.
Okay.
Like I go, hey man, the world is full of enough drama. I don't need to consume everyone else's.
Like he's just going up there and doing shoot. Like,
kinda, yeah.
Shooting.
I mean,
it's dumb. And
then like it's kind of like reality show confessionals minus the reality show part.
That sucks, man. Like that's up there forever. Like
Yeah.
It's like you want to shoot on somebody, fine, but like put it on your own YouTube channel for everybody to see. Like that's up there forever. Because people grab stuff off of YouTube and then put it on their own. So it's not like if you can even delete your own video and be like, oh, okay, well, I deleted it because I don't mean these things anymore. Like 5 years down the line when he's trying to get booked by somebody or, they're going to go, hey, I saw that you said this 5 years ago. So, no. I'm not going to do that. So, they're talking about the Bella twins, putting them in the Hall of Fame this year.
Yeah, I think I already talked about that on the show.
Did we?
I think so.
Well, never mind.
I'm pretty sure we did talk about it, but maybe we didn't. So, how about that?
I don't know. I just,
it's kind of...
I think it's a bad idea with both of them being pregnant.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, because it's... People rip apart the Bella twins no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And to have both of them be pregnant at the same time, receiving that kind of heat, I don't know. I think it would just make me uncomfortable. Just me personally. Because Nikki Bella's going to get up there and they're going to be like, John Cena's kid. Even though they broke up. And then John Cena's going to be sitting in the front row like, no. Thank you.
I think...
and that guy, whoever she's with, the Dancing with the Stars, Jamoke, he's going to get booed right out of the building.
Yeah, but I mean... The Hall of Fame is a recognition of your achievements and your accomplishments. They've done so much for women.
They have. They absolutely have.
They deserve this.
I know,
so,
but they're not going to get it.
But whatever disrespect they get from fans, that's the disrespect that's those people. Mm-hmm. Like, of course it's a good idea to put them in the Hall of Fame, regardless if they're pregnant or not.
Now, with the whole Total Divas thing, like they're Total Bellas, the whole deal, like they're on a reality show looking like the Kardashians, and they're going to get up there and they're going to get like heckled constantly. I'm just saying, like, they do deserve the respect. They have done a lot for women.
Right.
We're not going to see any of that. We're just going to get like the boos and the weird chants and the fans being fans. Fans being internet wrestling trolls.
Well, fans suck.
Sometimes. I know. Sometimes they do.
Sometimes fans really.
Sometimes
suck.
They give you the proper respect that they that they deserve for certain people, but I don't think they're going to get that with the Bellas.
Well, hope they decide to be respectful. Mm-hmm. But they're the internet, and they're fans at a building.
I just don't want to see two pregnant women get heckled. I don't know. It's just not something that I want to tune in to watch. You know what I'm saying?
So just the fact that they're gonna get heckled and they're pregnant.
Well, it makes it worse, doesn't it?
Does it?
Yeah. If I see a woman get heckled, that's bad. If I see a woman that's pregnant and she's getting heckled,
because
that's worse.
She's hormonal.
I don't,
because of pregnancy, right? So she'll cry and cry and cry.
No, that's not. No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
No, but I don't. I mean, I don't think it matters, like, if they're pregnant or not. To get put into the Hall of Fame is a big deal.
Oh, sure.
And they'll probably acknowledge that the fans are going to be assholes. Mm. Like, they'll be like, hey, this is huge for us, and why don't you shut up? Yeah,
when fans are booing,
right,
the person that's getting booed telling the fans to shut up works every time.
Every single time.
That's a great plan.
No, but, but...
Hey, could you stop booing? Okay, sorry. He said stop, guys.
No, but I've been saying for a while that the people who come to the Hall of Fame should be more carefully selected. Mm-hmm. I think that it should be an invite-only sort of thing for fans that are respectful. Mm. Like, I think like there should be like a membership somehow to the Hall of Fame, to where like you'll only get to go if you're invited. Exampled by the fact that some guy attacked Bret Hart last year. Yeah. Like, it can't be so open to the public. It's got to be like...
I mean, I think last year, that just shows you that, like, the old setup where it was a stage, mm-hmm. and there was like a billion wrestlers in front of that stage.
Needs to stay.
That needs to go back to being that. Because they
only
happened last year wouldn't have happened.
Because they just wanted it to be Brooklyn. They wanted everything to still be set up from NXT. And, like, everything was just
Made it worse.
It was supposed to be more convenient for the crew, and it was really just too. It was too negligent. Like it wasn't.
I don't know. The whole thing just looked sloppy.
Organized, yeah.
It just looked like it looked lazy.
Right.
It looked like we have this setup from last night and we're just not going to change anything. It's the Hall of Fame.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's the Hall of Fame. This is the time that you should go all out for stuff.
Right. Yeah.
You know, this is the big pageantry night where everybody's in a tuxedo. No. Just leave the ring that we had up last night. They can just we have a podium laying around somewhere, I'm sure. You know. Yeah, I don't know. So I think they should definitely go back to the way they had it. Or if they want to change some stuff up, but not just leave it in the ring. And I think the Hall of Fame is going to be on Thursday this year.
Is it?
I think it's going Hall of Fame and then SmackDown, then NXT, then WrestleMania. I think. And then Raw, obviously.
Yeah.
They're just taking Raw off. Like, we're done.
And that's going to be Miami this year?
Yeah. Or Tampa or somewhere in Florida.
I knew it was, Florida. I knew Florida. So.
Yeah. I don't think it's all in the same building either. I think the Hall of Fame's happening at like a convention center type of place.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not happening at the whatever that stadium is.
Yeah.
Staples? No. What is that? What is that center?
The Sun Center?
Something.
I don't know.
Whatever, the stadium in Florida. Where the stadium things happen.
Not the Staples Center. That's in LA.
That's in LA. I don't know stadiums.
Yeah, what
I know we talk about sports all the time here. On
Welcome
Rassle
to the Philadelphia Sports Podcast. We're going to talk about some sports. The topics everyone's talking about.
Like the XFL.
The XFL and WrestleMania.
XFL's real big with Philly sports right now. Don't even have a team, dang it.
How come the XFL doesn't have a Philly team?
They only have 8 teams.
Well, they shouldn't get a Philly team, too. Philly teams are so supported by Philly fans.
Which is weird because they have like 2 teams for Texas, 2 teams for New York.
Well, that's lame. Give us one.
I can give you a list of team names. The teams that are teams.
Give us a team. Philadelphia. Come on, what the hell? What gives?
What gives, man? What the F? So you got St. Louis Battlehawks, New York Guardians, Seattle Dragons, Houston Roughnecks, Dallas Renegades, so that's 2 from Texas. Tampa Bay Vipers, Los Angeles Wildcats, DC Defenders, Los Angeles Extreme. LA Extreme's back. That's nice. Wait a minute. No. Sorry, I got upset.
I was being good.
I'm not. I was very, very upset. They only have 8 teams, but they started giving me the teams that were on last time. The last XFL teams.
But the New York Guardians are a thing, and the DC Defenders are.
Yeah, but then they started getting into what is the other one? Chicago Enforcers, Memphis Maniacs. These are all the Orlando Rage. Yeah, these are all the last teams.
Old XFL?
The old XFL. I want the new XFL. I wasn't prepared for this. I'm sorry, listeners and watchers.
Well,
there should just be a list somewhere. I just need a list. That's all I need is a list. Man. DC Defenders, Dallas Renegades, Houston Roughnecks, Los Angeles Wildcats, New York Guardians, St. Louis Battlehawks, Seattle Dragons, and Tampa Bay Vipers. Those are the only teams that they have. So Texas has 2. What the F?
Well, they do say everything's bigger in Texas.
So?
So they need 2 sports teams. I don't know.
You can drive for 3 days and still be driving through Texas, dang it. I had a piece of crap car like that too. Yeah, I don't know, man. I would go to an XFL game if it was local and not freezing.
Yeah. Freezing and not local?
Yeah, well, that's not the way I want to do it. So I don't know, man.
Free
would be nice too.
Free?
They're $150 a ticket.
Steep.
A little steep.
A little steep.
So maybe we don't need a team that big.
Well, where do they air? Where do they air the games? Are they on ESPN, Fox?
NBC, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think.
Well, it's weird. It's weird to think about, like, the focus being maybe from, like, Vince McMahon's focus being put on that and less on the WWE and, like, who might be kind of taking that focus over. Because, like, the whole idea is, like, and this is the topic we've brought up a million times, like, who's taking over the WWE when Vince is done? And when he's done, of course, that means he's going to have to be dead because he's not ever given.
He's not going to be like, okay, I'm retired.
Yeah, that's never
you
happening.
You can sit to Vince just be like, yeah, no, I'm good.
It's never
I'm
happening.
Go home now. No, he's just going to, eventually, he's probably going to die in the office or in the gym at 2:30 in the morning.
Right.
Because the guy's insane. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to tonight for NXT, and from there we'll see what happens. That's where we are in wrestling right now. We'll see what happens.
Are we doing a Who Wins Wrestling?
We are. I was trying to figure out a way to segue into it, and I couldn't. So, hey, Who Wins Wrestling, everybody? Who wins wrestling? Blah, 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 blah. Mister, I haven't watched wrestling in 2 weeks. Who wins wrestling?
I'm gonna say Matt Hardy.
Yeah?
He's got everybody talking, man.
It's true.
I'm gonna say Matt Hardy.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where he goes, man. If he, I mean, I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that he's going to end up in AEW.
No, it's not.
Just because, hey, the Dark Order is looking for somebody to lead it, and Matt Hardy will be a perfect fit. Like, the fans are saying that. Matt Hardy's not saying that.
Right.
AEW's not saying that.
Right.
So, and this whole thing could be a work. It could be just like Matt Hardy's on the shelf for a couple weeks, and then he's going to come back and, like, take on Edge or take on Randy Orton. Or this is going to be a big push for Matt Hardy.
Right.
Could be. Doubtful.
Maybe.
Doubtful.
I highly doubt it.
Stuff like that.
Well, but like the whole idea was like they were gonna have him just be like a backstage producer, in WWE, and like that was his current role, I thought. But like it's funny because you saw him in the last couple months where he was like wrestling in his old gear that he used to wear, the mesh, and it was like he was in the best shape he's been in forever.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, you could actually just push him. He's like a good wrestler who's like in decent shape.
Yeah.
And probably better than most of your roster. You know what? Let's have him be a backstage producer. That'll work out for everybody.
Yeah.
But he can be a bigger, a bigger fish in a smaller pond, like AEW or maybe NWA Power or any of that, and it could set that place on fire, burn it down,
man, burn it down. This week I'm going with Drew. Good old Drew McIntyre, man.
Yeah.
Ratings for Raw have been up.
Yeah.
Or they went up this week anyway. And I think it's because of him, man. Like, well, him and, the staff he's got behind him, because Paul Heyman's starting to kind of push for, hey, let's get these guys to be more like themselves. Let's not script literally everything now,
right.
From what I'm hearing anyway.
Right.
And it's really showing with Drew McIntyre. He's got more of a personality now. I don't know if you saw it, the MVP segment.
I saw the advertisement for it happening, but I didn't actually see it.
MVP Lounge or whatever it's called.
Yeah, when he had like a little thing on his nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. It was like,
and that was a good segment, man. MVP's back. He's doing like a little... I think he might be a backstage agent as well. I'm not sure, but they're going to have him out there every once in a while doing a talk show segment thing that they love to do.
Do they have so many of those?
They have way too many of those, yes.
There was Miz TV, now there's the highlight, what's the thing called? The reel? The dirt sheet?
The dirt sheet, yeah.
Yeah, like...
I did like... that thing that it was last week, I think, on SmackDown. They did that whole
Be jealous. The whole
movie trailer thing that they did.
Yeah.
That was cool.
The Once Upon a Time in Hollywood or whatever. The spoof on that. What was it called?
Once Upon a Time on the Dirt Sheet or something like that.
Yeah,
that was really good.
I like that.
But yeah, Drew McIntyre is my pick. Although
that was very classic. Those guys.
Yeah,
like, that was their style.
And now they just went out there and lost.
Right.
So we'll see what happens at Super Showdown, or maybe next week on SmackDown they'll get a little bit of that back. We'll see. But
what were you saying before?
My close second for Who Wins Wrestling was the Broserweights. So I don't know if you saw the thing on NXT, the Road to Portland. Was really funny. Him and Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne trying to get to Portland. They're going to drive there, and then their car gets towed because they get pulled over. And Riddle's just like, just let me do all the talking. Just let me do all the talking. And then you just cut to them, their car getting towed, and Dunne's like, yeah, you're not doing the talking anymore. So the whole thing was fun. And then they get into like a boat or something like that, and they're just chilling out. It's like, this is how we're getting to Portland. And it's like, no, I just come here to think. It's like, okay, I got it. And then they go to the airport, and they got like this big, private jet, and they're loading all their luggage and everything. They got the big, the trophy, the Dusty Classic trophy. It's like, we're not putting this through the customs and all that other stuff. We're gonna load this in ourselves. We can't trust two luggage chuckers to be. It sounded very racist, but it wasn't. We're gonna trust two luggage chuckers to handle our tag partner here. And blah, 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 and they're loading all this stuff up in themselves into, like, the little boot that they have underneath the plane. And then he just shoves Pete Dunne in with him and then hops in and closes the door. He's like, what are we doing? And it's like, dude, we can't afford a jet. What are you, nuts? He's like, whose plane is this? And you just see Triple H walk out and get into the plane. And the plane takes off, and they're like, yeah, we're going to Portland. It was a very funny backstage segment. It was vignette, whatever you want to call it. Very, very funny.
Good segment.
I suggest seeing that on YouTube.
I'm going to look it up as soon as you leave.
I like little silly stuff like that. But that's it, man. That's what happened in wrestling this week.
Yeah!
We did it. We got through it. We went over an hour this week.
And, make sure to check out, if you like this video that you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to Rick Connor's YouTube channel. If you like this episode on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts and enjoy them, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Let us know you exist.
Yeah.
Follow it up with some feedback, maybe some ratings, some reviews on the podcast sites. Man,
or even just a like on YouTube, like this, leaving likes and leaving like a star rating and stuff like that. That lets us know what you like. So if you like just me and Cory sitting here, if you like when it's me, Cory and Mark.
No, they thumbs down every time Mark's here.
Every time Mark's down, we get a thumbs down.
Every time. Mark.
Shouldn't have Mark on, I guess. I guess. I like the guy.
You're cut, bro.
Oh, my God. But, just let us know. Let us know what's going on. Leave a comment.
And
we'll appreciate it.
And if you're liking my voice, why don't you check out my podcast? It's called Evolving with Cory Castle. You'll see the banner behind Rick's head over there.
Part of it.
Evolving with Cory Castle, available on Spotify and iTunes. That's Evolving W/Cory Castle. And man, hit the subscribe button on that one. I have 160 episodes now.
Wow.
I'm really, really doing it.
You're getting that up there.
I'm getting right up there.
Yeah, and if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, man, and that you can see so much wrestling. I put out a new wrestling video every day. DCW, WPW. Might have some CZW Dojo Wars coming soon if I can get that cleared.
Do you wanna start putting our old sketches, like some of the the appropriate ones?
No.
No.
Do we have any appropriate ones?
I think the racing one was all right. I mean, it's funny and it's old, and I know
it's old. Doesn't mean that.
I don't
know how PC that is. I don't know.
It's
we'll
just more of
some
a
stuff and
play
see if
on
we
word.
can find something. I don't know, maybe.
That could be fun for the audience to be able to watch.
Sure.
You have subscribers and you want to show them stuff.
I do want to show them stuff. Yeah.
You got to fill up the content, bro. You got to be a content creator. Always be creating that content.
And check out my other podcast that I do with Mark Kalbach, our sister Karen. It's called It's Something to Do. It's a pop culture podcast. We go over old pop culture and new pop culture and try and find something for you to do.
Yeah.
That's all I got, man. The Teespring store, too. We got some merch going on. Teespring.com/stores/Rassle-Rock.
Get a Nick Burke Work Perk shirt.
Yes. One of those. Yeah, man, everything on there 100% goes to charity. We're going to some DCW shirts coming there soon as well. Teespring.com/stores/DCW. Everything on there is 100% going to the Trevor Project, which is a good organization for helping the LGBTQ community. That's all I got, man. I think we're done here, right? Wrapping things up.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, man. That'll do it for this episode of Rassle Rock. I'm Rick Connor.
I'm Cory Castle.
And until next time.
Yo home. Smell you later.
All right.